Yeah, good day and welcome to my video. I'm a friend, the host of Sebastian, as the B, as the well, the dawn. Welcome to Matters That Matter. And I want to say very happy new year to all my viewers all over the world. And I want to appreciate every one of you who checked on me the period I was away. Thank you so much. Thank you for the love. God bless you. All right, today on Matters That Matter, we're talking about let the divorce breathe. Yes, divorce is one situation that happens in certain marriages. Sometimes a couple come together hoping that the marriage will work, hoping that they will grow old together, but somewhere along the line they realize they just cannot continue for whatever reason that it is. So therefore, I'm making this video to address children of divorced parents, children of divorced parents, relatives of divorced parents, and even parents of divorced people. Those are the people that are making this video to address, and also to address society at large. Now, the fact is this: the reason they do this video, especially to address children of divorce, is sometimes a lot of children feel that when their both parents are not able to continue in the marriage, that their life has ended, and many a time they find it difficult to move on. Many a time they find it difficult to find their footing, and it begins to look like the future is bleak. I understand all of those situations. I don't understand all of that can happen. But very importantly, we have to understand this fact that in as much as the threat to life is involved in any relationship or in any marriage, the best bet to such relationship is separation or divorce. And I want to say this very quickly, that the fact that marriage didn't work between your both parents does not mean love and relationship cannot work between your parent and another person. Yes, the fact that your father left your mother does not mean your father cannot find love with someone else. And the fact that your mother left your father does not mean that your mother cannot find love with someone else. You must understand this critical fact that in as much as you need love, your parent also need love. Your parent, your father, your mother also need love. So when your father and your mother are together and they can't find love, they can't find peace, and threat to life is being involved, it's of best interest both for you and for that parent who can't find peace in that marriage or that relationship to find their way. That is because it is better to be alive and to be divorced than to be in a marriage and die in the marriage. So the fact that your parents couldn't find love with each other does not mean they cannot find love with anyone else. And many a time we see a lot of children fighting their parents, for being involved or making an attempt to be involved with another person. One time I had this a person, this student, a university student. We had a conversation and we're talking, and she began to speak of when her mother couldn't stay in the home for whatever reasons. She was always complaining. You were always having a misunderstanding. There was never peace in the home. And, the thing was beginning to have, affect the health of the father. At some point, the mother had to walk away from the marriage. And because she loved her father, she decided to stay with her father. And then somewhere along the line, the father fell in love with someone else. I was beginning to bring that person home, and she was upset that the father was coming home with someone else. And every time she would fight the woman, she stood against the woman. She would fight the man, always have a misunderstanding with the father because of this man, this new woman who was now in the home. Then she was quite younger, but as she grew older, she realized that the father had a right to love. The father had a right to be in love with someone else. So she had no choice than to allow the father fall in love with someone else. Though somewhere along the line, the mother later passed on, but then the father had married again. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say here is this, that the fact that your parents couldn't find love with each other, couldn't find peace with each other, the fact that they couldn't synchronize and they couldn't live with each other does not mean they can no longer find love somewhere else. The fact about love is you cannot detect to the heart who to fall in love with. You cannot detect to your parents who to fall in love with, just as your parents cannot detect to you who to fall in love with. So when you have a parent who happen to experience divorce, when you have a parents who happen to experience divorce and they want to walk away, you should let them walk away. You shouldn't fight them for walking away, because they have the right to be in love with someone else. I understand this critical fact that even as a young woman or a young man, you're coming home with someone that you say you love and your parents frown at it. To a very large extent, you're going to stick to your gun, you're going to fight your fight, you're ready to even fight your parents to make sure that they let you marry someone you love. The same thing applies to everybody. Even your parents have the right also to fall in love with someone else. And what amazes me most in all of this is this, that when there is a divorce, the children seem to want to tolerate their father more than they tolerate their mother. They feel, okay, as a father, yes, as a father, the father can fall in love, the father can have another woman in their life. Well, it doesn't really matter. But when it comes to the mother, they feel, what does she need it for? Why would the woman want to fall in love with another person? Why would she need someone else in their life who is not their father? You have your life to live, and so does your parents. So you must let them live their life. You must allow them fall in love. You must, listen, when I'm talking about parents who are divorced, who have the right to love, I'm not talking about a father or a man or a woman who by nature are promiscuous and jumping from one man to the other. Those are not the kind of people I'm talking about. I'm talking about responsible man and wife who were joined together in holy matrimony, and somewhere along the line they couldn't continue with the marriage, and they are responsible people as the case may be, and as the marriage could not work, they decided to fall in love or to give love a second chance. Those are the kinds of person that I'm talking about. So anyone who wants to give love a second chance has the right to do so, whether they are your parents or they are your children. There are a whole lot of parents who, when their children's marriage do not work and they walk out of that marriage, sometimes a lot of parents tend to get antagonistic about it. They get worried about it, and they tend to want to fight their kids over it, because they expect that the kids should stay in the marriage and should make the marriage work. And that is because they feel for their children to walk away from their marriage is bringing a shame to them. But for crying out loud, if the child is not happy being in that marriage, the child is not happy, and there is nothing you can do about it. You cannot, because of the fact that walking away from the marriage will bring shame to you, then you compel them to remain in that marriage. I can assure you that one of these days you keep compelling them to remain in that marriage, it is either your daughter will kill the man or the man will kill him. They will just end up killing themselves one. So I think it is proper and appropriate for us, for the society, the church at large, to allow people to have a second chance when it comes to love and marriage. I know a lot of people are going to ask questions. Is someone who is divorced supposed to remarry? Anyway, I'm not going to deal on that on this video, but I expect that questions will come up and we're going to talk about that. Well, I'm your friend, Idahosa Sebastian. I thank you for watching this video. As it well, it done. Watch out for my next video. It's going to be heavy. Please share this video. It will help somebody. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. As it well, it done.